Good morning, everyone. So I had to jump on real quick because quantum stocks are absolutely ripping to the upside today with a lot of tech and a lot of the market. Quantum earnings are coming next week. A lot of earnings are in the next 14 days. So we're going to take a look at how some of those earnings might be playing into this trade. We see moves like 10, 15, even up to like 16, 17% at the time of this recording. This is a big day for quantum in general. So we're gonna go into the price action at the time of this recording. We're gonna look at our quantum watch list and what to watch out for. So let's jump right in. Okay, I'm gonna start us here with the heat map. So we can see that pretty much across the board we're green except for Apple. Apple is a little bit down, but pretty much we're seeing a lot of green, especially in tech. It's what we like to see. All right, so our quantum stocks today. So at the time of this recording, Rigetti is up 18%, IonQ is up 13%, LAES is up 14%, QBTS 12%, QBTS 10%, and SkyWater is almost 5%, the chip fabricator for D-Wave. And we see that the Quantum Defiance ETF is up 3%, Google's up almost 2%. It's just a green day. It's a very pretty day so far in the market. So earnings, so let's talk a little bit about earnings. So we know that some of this might be in anticipation for earnings that are coming up in the next 14 days. So let's look at those earnings and kind of point out some things we might want to keep an eye on. So for our quantum watch list, we see that Coherent is reporting May 7th, SkyWater is reporting May 7th, IonQ May 7th, D-Wave May 8th. 6 days until D-Wave. We have QBTS reporting, ARQQ reporting, and Rigetti on May 12th. So the last time these quantum companies reported earnings, Rigetti, QBTS, D-Wave actually projected 4x. So they guided for 4x what the street was expecting. So I'm very excited to see what D-Wave is actually going to report in their Q1. Now, Rigetti earnings weren't very strong, and QBTS, there was barely any money being made. So it'll be very interesting to see if Q1 of 2025 tells a different story, or if we're still kind of in this research phase, or if some of these companies are starting to inch towards more revenues, more profits, if we're starting to progress in the right way. So let's take a look at price action, and I have some previous levels indicated. So QBTS is bonking its head right now on one of the levels I've indicated, that's 778. We have a huge move for D-Wave today, 11%, and lots of volume coming in. So the move is happening as we speak. And if we just measure this move today, from market close yesterday to our peak right now, it's about 12% on a considerable amount of volume. So if we look at the past month of D-Wave, we go all the way back to, let's go all the way back to April. We're back to late April numbers, and we're starting to flirt with some of these key levels that I've indicated before on the channel. So 777 would be a very important one for D-Wave to break through. Then the next one I see would be 930, and then we're starting to get into the nosebleeds for D-Wave, and I think it's entirely possible that we could see, even today, we could see a rejection, maybe something like this. It's already had a big move, so we'll see if the move can sustain, if there's any good catalyst. All right, let's take a look at IonQ, which has had an impressive 13% move today, and it's blasted through a few of the levels that I've indicated on the channel before. So look at the volume, look at the absolute just giraffe here, just straight up, and we're still going up as as I record here. And we saw that there was kind of a pump and dump on the 25th, so about 7 days ago, and it's actually reaching those levels and it's breaking through some key resistances. So on this channel before, I had pointed out that we were basically stuck with that IonQ was stuck under this $26 level for a couple months. And now it's really wanting to break out of some of these ranges and see some further upside. So IonQ is looking like a very nice play right now, quantum pure play. If we go back 6 months, we see some of the key levels that I have marked out. This is actually a pretty important, this $31 level that it's breaking at the time of this recording is pretty important because there's a lot of potential upside here. Even if we just go from this current point up to a reasonable, that's a 50% move. So there's a lot of potential upside. And we know that all-time high for IonQ was $54 a share. Okay, let's take a look at Rigetti. And Rigetti has just been a straight line up on a ton of volume, like really incredible volume here for Rigetti. And Rigetti is, I haven't seen a move out of Rigetti like this for a long time. Like I'm looking back 3 months, now 6 months. And we just blasted past the 1036. We're up here. I think this 1140 is going to be a major area of resistance for Rigetti. We're going to make that yellow. And the next level would probably be this 12th. And so the price action today, very, very nice move for Rigetti. Looking quite strong so far. I want to pull up some other names. So let's look at SealsQ, LAES, and we see that 6 months, it's kind of been in this downtrend. We've drawn this kind of downtrend channel that it's been in. And I said, in order for LAES to flip bullish, we need to break this 285. And look at that. We are right knocking on the door of 285 and a potential reversal. We're not on a lot of volume with LAES. Like if we look, if we get down to the 5-day, we are actually picking up volume from earlier in the week, relative volume for the last 3 months. We're still not getting the volume we had back in February and March, but really nice bullish signal from LAES. And we're going to take a look at ARQQ, which has been making a nice run this week. We're going to look at the last 5 days. So on April 25th, we were trading at $15 and we had this massive gap up and it touched $18. And today on the day, we're up 3.5%. We're going to look at the day chart. We gap up, we sell off, and we're just kind of hanging around. So that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this price analysis. With these earnings coming up, I'm very interested to see what these earnings reports look like. Remember that quantum, while it's a risky tech play and a risky tech trade, it's the natural progression. It's the natural evolution. We had CPUs, then we had GPUs. The next is the quantum processing unit. And it's just the question isn't if, it's when. When are these going to become more prevalent and more mainstream? And the opportunity, the appeal for investors at this point in the game is you have the opportunity to potentially be an early investor in the next gen of this type of technology. So very exciting time, very good morning in the stock market. Let's hope that it holds to the end of the day. I'll probably be on later, and I know I've been slacking a little bit this week. I'll post some videos this weekend. Let me know in the comments what kind of content you guys are liking. I know I've been mixing it up with some different like science type content and some price analysis. I try to continually shake it up. And then also have some potentially exciting interview next week for everyone to look forward to. So if you made it this far, please consider leaving a like or subscribe, and we'll talk to you all soon.